No one may leave the island.
I'm afraid you'll have to make an exception in my case, General. I'm traveling on urgent business for my government.
No one may leave the island.
I don't know what's the matter with the General. Something up here. You'd better stay out of his way.
Look.
She's dead.
Look into the eyes of that one. You'll see how she died.
What do you mean, spying on us like this? You feel that Thea is some sort of evil influence. Was that it? What are you going to do about it?
When I am sure, I will destroy her.
Nobody goes to that island. Not in their right mind.
Why do you say that?
I don't say it, it's what the natives say. What they have been saying for the last 50 years. They say nobody ever goes there and comes back.
The voodoo curse strikes at all who are drawn there by the lure of gold. Look out!
Ashes. Maybe they're not ashes from a fire. Maybe they're ashes of a different kind.
Black magic cast its darkest spell, turning it into a jungle of overpowering evil.
Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the Friday Night Scream Stream. I'm your host, Spakenstein, joined as always by my very good friends, Mr. Evan Sink and Mr. Fresh Rogan. How we doing tonight, boys?
Well, good evening, good evening.
I am doing well. Thank you.
Doing well, hanging out another Friday night, chilling here on the Scream Stream, watching some public domain horror. Good old-fashioned, cheesy, ridiculous monster movies to chill and unwind. You know, if you watch the show, we kick it here. You know, we talk about movies, we make jokes, we talk about current events. We, you know, there are the limits of our conversations know no bounds. So welcome to the Scream Stream. Happy to have you guys joining me tonight. We're here for episode 9 of this season. So it's the end is rapidly approaching. And
the end is nigh.
It is nigh. It is very nigh.
Get your sandwich boards out.
Right. And so, as I was, getting about halfway through this season, I was going through the lineup and I realized that I didn't have any Boris Karloff movies originally in this season. And so I said, okay, I gotta find another public domain Boris Karloff horror movie to stick in here in season 2. And so tonight's film,
it's in the contract, right?
It's in the contract, as much screen time as we give Bela Lugosi, which again he totally deserves because of all the movies that he did, which are in the public domain. Karloff still has his fair share. So we're watching a late stage Karloff film, and one of the later films that we'll actually watch on our show, 1971, a movie that was produced in 1968 and released in 1971, called Isle of the Snake People, which again, Evan was asking about this before the show. I think that it was produced as Isle of the Snake People, and then I think it was released in some markets as just Snake People. And there's definitely been some confusion over that as far as Karloff's filmography goes. Like some people,
sometimes you just don't have enough space on the marquee. You just don't have enough of those little plastic letters.
No, why Isle of the when you can just put Snake People? It saves so much space.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. And I mean, again, if you saw the 2 trailers that we led with on tonight's pre-roll, both Boris Karloff movies, which have, the first one was Isle of the Dead, and the second one was Voodoo Island. So, I don't know if there was like a thing Karloff had for movies with island.
He hated being landlocked.
Yeah, essentially, he had to be near, some kind of tropical beachy locale.
The man was just on island time.
Pretty much
year round.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
he's an island boy.
No. Karloff is not an island boy. Although, I mean, again,
I'm Frankenstein.
I guess technically,
I got my vest on. Yeah.
No, I mean, I guess technically he is an island boy. Again, this is a voodoo zombie film, which again very much is, based on a lot of colonialist and outdated tropes, which again, this movie was made in 1968, released in 71. These tropes were definitely, and the whole idea of colonialism, all that was and imperialism was definitely being, it was going out of vogue at this time. It wasn't the popular thing to do.
Are you saying this movie is unfashionable?
So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and lead by saying this movie is a little unfashionable. Even when it came out, it was considered outdated, and I would definitely say that it is when you consider that. So this production for this was somewhere in the spring of 1968. I don't remember when in 68 Night of the Living Dead came out. But I think this was probably in production before Night of the Living Dead was released, but it was definitely, this was distributed after Night of the Living Dead. So in a post Night of the Living Dead world, it's kind of already, and even in that time was like, whoa, okay, what are we doing here? We're doing like voodoo, zombie, island magic, imperialist bullshit, and they are, but hey, it's it's fun. It's a period piece. It's a costume film.
Are we gonna get some yikes tonight? Gonna get some flexing on the yikes button?
We might. I think we definitely might. I think tonight's film is 90 minutes, so again on the longer side. We're talking late 60s here, so I think there's definitely a potential for a couple yikes to be in the mix, certainly. You know, I know that there's a lot of suggestive snake dancing, so we'll see how much of that borders on yikes territory. But it'll be fun. It should be a fun movie. Again, Boris Karloff, always a treat. This is, you know, again, later career Karloff, so it's, you know, there's some flaws, but we'll get into it. That's the fun of, you know, hanging out, watching this movie, you know, giving it some context, making fun of some things, and having a few drinks, which, speaking of, every week, Mr. Evan Sink brings us a wonderful, wonderful drink to pair with the evening's film in a little segment which we call...
What Were You Drinking?
What were you drinking?
What were you drinking? Well, tonight we are drinking. This is a fun one. This is very simple. This is a drink from the UK called the Snake Bite to go with our snake people, and this is made simply by mixing equal parts cider and equal parts usually lager, but at least according to Wikipedia, if you're in the United States, you can use stout instead. So that's what we've opted to do here tonight. So I've got a nice frothy glass of cider and beer.
Yes.
So we're going to give this a shot.
And and we've got a little experiment going here because Evan's got stout. I have lager. So we'll see how they compare. And you know, it's appropriate that tonight's drink is from the UK because that's where tonight's big star Boris Karloff hails from. From the UK. Now these films are actually were produced. They were produced by a Mexican production company. With a Mexican producer, partly filmed in Mexico, partly filmed in the United States. So that's, you know, we're getting some international flair again, which is a nice change of pace from like the, you know, what we normally do. So tonight's drink is perfect on theme. All right. Well, I have made mine.
All right. Garrett, if you've got yours. All right. Well, cheers.
Clink.
Clink.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Not bad.
It doesn't sound like it would be
Not
good.
bad. It doesn't sound like it would be good. It kind of sounds like somebody in the UK was really drunk at their like corner pub and was like, "Boy, bartender, give me what you got left. Just mix it all together in a glass."
That's probably exactly how they said it too.
Essentially, yeah. Give me what you. Well, you know, I mean, you know, I was trying to do a Cockney accent,
Garrett?
but that was about to quickly devolve into a bad like a Scottish accent. So I'm not even going to attempt.
Give me everything you got.
Yeah, that was basically what I was going to say. No, this is actually pretty good. And Evan, I think that's a pretty good way to describe it. It certainly reminds me of in college when people would mix beer.
When you're just mixing together
when you're mixing
whatever you have around.
Like a 40 and a 4 Loko, for example. You know, whatever you got around. That's kind of what this reminds me of. If all you have in the fridge is Angry Orchard and Red Oak, but you want a cocktail, boom, just put them together. You got yourself a cocktail. It's not bad,
The guy who made it is like,
it's really not bad.
Hear me out.
Listen. It's I was at a desperate time in my life, but it's actually really good.
Not gonna lie, bro, this fucking slaps.
Yeah,
with
Evan,
the
how
stout,
does the
stout is so
how does
like heavy and dark?
Yeah, how does that pair with the the lightness.
Well, I think
of
the cider really lightens it up. I mean, it's a very just smooth, easy drinking kind of thing. And usually, if I'm drinking a stout, I'm going to be sipping on that kind of slowly, kind of enjoying it with this. I feel like
you don't want to pound the stout.
Right. I may have to grab a Guinness at the break and try the
try it out.
I don't know. I'm not even a big Guinness fan, to be honest. Like, a little heavy.
Why do you have a book in your fridge?
Well, I like to keep it fresh. World records are something that need to be preserved, and so you keep,
somebody get this record on ice.
You keep those books in the fridge. That's right.
We have to preserve this.
Isn't that where you put your Guinness?
Yes, and actually, Guinness Book of World Records is named after the Guinness beer.
It is
it's
not.
Funny, isn't it?
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
That's
it was to settle disputes that people have in bars. They would have the Book of World Records.
You're shitting me. I know you're shitting me.
It's amazing. Right, I wish that companies would still do stuff like that.
Dude, another fun fact, dude. A Michelin star, like the book of Michelin star restaurants, is owned by the Michelin Tire Company.
Oh my God. All right, get out.
They are. No, listen, hear me out. This isn't even a lie. They created it in like the 80s to get people to drive more so they would buy more tires. It's real. It's a real thing.
It is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Isn't that stupid?
Okay, yeah.
It's really dumb, but I kind of love it.
Oh my God. All right. You're forcing me to question my own reality.
It's all connected, Garrett. It's all connected. You got to see what it means. We have to dig deeper.
We've got to find this tire guy.
I gotta know.
His body's made of tires.
Oh my God, you guys are right. That's ridiculous. Wow. Crazy.
We're never wrong.
Never wrong. Wow, Michelin. Who would have guessed? It is the same. What's the tire guy doing at the fancy restaurant? Oh my God. It's wild. I don't know. You always hear about that.
Did that guy do the reviewing?
I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Does he even eat?
This giant guy comes into your restaurant and he's like, I'm
This
here to
tire
do
golem.
the assessment.
And you have to give him free food.
Bring me one of everything.
He doesn't even eat it. He just looks at it.
Right. He just by looking at it.
I am made of tires. I cannot consume food.
2 stars.
Wow, my mind is blown.
This pleases Michelin Man.
Yeah, it would be really horrifying to have the Michelin Man in your restaurant.
Yeah, it might scare away some customers.
Maybe. It's like, please, just don't stare at him. He's here to do a very important job. You don't understand how big this rating would be for our restaurant. Don't screw this up for us. Just act like everything's normal. I know he looks weird.
It's fine. We're gonna get mad stars if we just act natural.
Pretend like there's a giant tire guy just sitting in a booth
staring at you
with one of every item in front of him.
Do you think that if you're like if you own a restaurant, could you just buy a bunch of tires to like bribe the Michelin people?
That's a good point.
How many tires do you have to buy before they'll just give you a Michelin star?
I think it's like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of integrity in it now. Like they're super prestigious and you can't know like who's coming into the restaurant and shit. It's like a secret Michelin.
Yeah, the Michelin guy, he's got like a hat on.
Some
you
crazy
can't really see
and a fake mustache.
Yeah, trench coat, hat, fake mustache. then
They're
it's
like, "Are you?" He's like, "No, wrong guy, wrong guy."
Ignore the tire-shaped lumps in this jacket. It's the shape of my body. I was in a horrible,
Yeah, I get
horrible
that a lot.
car accident because the tires that they had on the car weren't Michelin's.
Everybody says that I look like that guy. Yeah, I know.
It's not me. It's not me. Anyway, I'll take one of everything.
God, insane. Michelin. Wow. News to me. Well, if any Michelin restaurants are serving the snake bite, then it's probably the most ghetto thing that they've got on the menu. It's really pretty good though. I do like this. This isn't bad.
Yeah.
It ain't.
Yeah, I feel
bad.
like doing this segment, it almost makes me like a little cautious when I see a recipe like, oh, this only has 2 ingredients. This isn't right.
Yeah, it does seem like when I was making the graphic for it, I was like, okay, and this is it. It's one, and I was like, how do I write this? One part this, one part that. Just pour.
Very complicated.
Oh, too complicated.
Just wait till we get down to the 1 ingredient drinks.
Oh God, what was it, Evan?
Well,
didn't you say one time?
Telling.
Say that.
Yeah, I've been telling Garrett that if things ever get really bad or if I get really desperate, then the drink of the week is just going to be like shots of bourbon.
It's like, man, Evan's really going through. He's like, what were you drinking? Yeah, today we're going to be doing called Whiskey Neat. Yeah, I probably never heard of it.
I told Evan,
fill me up.
I said, just wait when the movies really start getting bad, when they get even worse than the ones we've already watched. It's when we'll just start
Dude, impossible. We've already done the silent ones. It can't get worse.
Oh, bro, trust me. It gets way worse. I mean...
This week's drink is a shot of tequila and a slice of lime.
Yep. 100%. You know that'll be coming at some point without it.
Here are the instructions.
So first, you make sure you cut a good sized lime, not too thick, not too thin.
Don't want anybody to choke.
Make sure you have some salt handy. No, this is good though. It's really not bad. Good find, Evan.
Good haul.
Yeah. Even for coming up with it basically, on the fly during our end of our minisode last week. Because I didn't even think about it until that moment either. Like, oh, what are we doing?
Me neither.
And hey.
Oh, right.
I think it's
we
perfect
usually
drink.
have a drink on Friday.
Yeah, don't we isn't that normally like, don't we call that something like it's like a recurring segment? Is that what it is? Or no, maybe that can't be right. We don't do...
What do I do on this stream again?
Yeah, what do we do on this show? Why are we here? What did we come to do?
Well, it's been a great night, guys.
All right,
we'll see you next week.
That about wraps it up. Great job, everybody. No, we've only just begun. We are about to get into it, actually.
We haven't seen any snakes at all yet.
No snakes. Well, and again, this is more of a zombie film, so we will see snakes, but this isn't,
not a snake movie.
Not necessarily a snake movie per se. Definitely more zombie voodoo. Again, even in 1968, kind of old school when it comes to, zombies and horror movies. It was, you're kind of getting away from...
How long has snakes in horror movies been a thing?
Well,
like surely they were just horror movies back then where it's like, yeah, in this one there's snakes. There's a lot of snakes and it's scary because there's snakes.
That's a good question. I feel like I mean, I can certainly think of examples from the 70s with like eco horror movies where there were snakes like on, as part of There's a movie called Frogs, which isn't exclusively about frogs. It's about like all this. It's about all this wildlife in this like swamp area, like including the frogs. But there's also like snakes.
The frogs are the least threatening thing in the swamp area.
You would think, and yet on the poster for that movie, it's like a frog with like a human hand in its mouth, like a bloody human hand. It's really ridiculous.
It's the ones you would least suspect.
Pretty much. Frog starring Sam Elliott, which you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
We know him.
Big time actor now. But that, you know, that was one of his first movies, and it's just
He's really starting to take off now.
Oh yeah, now that his mustache is like the perfect shade of gray, or white at this point, you know, his career has reached its zenith without a doubt. But yeah, so snakes, but I can't when you think about giant monster movies, I can't think of any giant snake movies per se. Like,
what's the original Snakes on a Plane?
That's a good question. I mean,
there's a snake in this dirigible.
Yeah,
That's the title of the movie. There's a snake in this dirigible.
What is that?
That's what happened to the Hindenburg. Little known fact. It was a snake.
I don't even know what a dirigible is. What is that?
No other explanation needed. Just there was a snake.
There was a snake. And this caused the Hindenburg to just spontaneously combust.
One thing led to another. A snake enters the Hindenburg, and we all know the rest.
And yeah, you know what happened. Everybody knows that story. God almighty. Alternate history.
A snake with a known history of arson.
Known history of arson and terrorist activity.
What about my son?
Not my son, our son. How many times do we have to go?
They said we're gonna charge you with arson, and I said I don't even have any kids.
You're holding a gas can. You're like, I don't even have any kids. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I don't see how that's relevant. Jesus Christ. Oh man. Well, I'm short on segues tonight. I'm not even gonna have a good segue. I'm just gonna say that we're gonna get ready to fire this puppy up.
Gonna head on down the dusty trail into the cinema.
Right into the cinema, right into public domain land to check out Isle of the Snake People.
Into the public domain.
The public domain. Yeah, man. It's a place, dude. We're
exiting from the private domain. We're entering into the public domain.
Yep. Yes. Which again, I don't really know how this movie ended up in the public domain, but this is one of those that I always would see at dollar trees being sold for like $1 in some double feature.
Wait, how much was it for?
Back in those days, it was $1. Now, who knows?
The good old days.
Who knows what the prices are at Dollar Tree anymore? Can't keep up with it. But I tried to watch this movie when I was a kid, and it was a little too weird for me.
Okay, weird snake movie. Sign me up.
Yeah, so maybe that's a good way to it's the opening scene is a little intense. I will say. So again, this movie comes from the late '60s, so we're getting a little more than we got from the last movie we watched, Revolt of the Zombies, which was the most boring, talky, like
a little slow.
I think not that this is fast, but at least we've got some voodoo stuff going on. We've got Boris Karloff. I was gonna say running around, but technically he's not.
I like how you called him late stage Boris Karloff.
Yeah, I mean he really is in bad shape.
That's what I don't want to hear from my doctor.
Well, and I'll go into it.
Boris
I'll go
Karloff.
into it as we watch the film. I'll kind of talk. He was not in the best of health right now.
If only we had detected it sooner.
This man, look, this man is a film icon, and even in the late stages of his career, he was still acting. Even when, I mean, I'll just go ahead and tell you one thing: the man was working with half a lung. He only had half like a working lung, like, and he was pushing himself to.
Was his other lung functional, or was it just the one?
No, I think
do you mean he had 1.5 or 0.5
I think he had
lungs?
one lung removed, and then he had the other one, but it was only like half functional.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and that's not
That
the
man's
only.
literally
That's not the
working with
only
half a lung.
thing, and so we'll get into it. We'll get into it as we watch the film, and you'll kind of see. But I mean, it's a testament to what, like, you know, how much the man loved his craft. So, if anything, tonight we get to see that, so that'll be a lot of fun. So, I think without any further ado, if you boys have it queued up.
All queued up.
I do.
Well, and so hold on. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that I think when I start this scene, it might have already started on my end. So I may need to restart it and tell you guys to just, like, you know, we'll just start it all at the same time. Okay. So I'm going to switch to the scene right now. And yeah, I gotta hold on. I gotta fix this.
A little technical.
All right. Now.
Oh my God.
Do you want me to do it over one more time?
No, it's fine. It's fine. We're good.
We're close.
We're close.
We'll get the gist.
During many
Don't tell me what
centuries
happens.
in various parts of the world, various diabolical rites and ceremonies have been practiced in homage to various sinister gods who are believed to have many supernatural powers. These rites are generally known as voodoo, which consists mostly of black magic and the cult of death. The practice of voodoo invokes the supreme god, Baron Samedi, who is supposed to be able to revive the dead. This rite is presided over by Dambala, a kind of supreme priest to whom the witches or followers dedicate their diabolical ceremonies. The same as the snake priestess.
Yeah, these huge islands out in the Pacific.
Yeah, you know, don't you know that?
Part of this map doesn't look like the other parts.
Just different pieces of maps glued together.
I'm starting to think it was just drawn on.
Whoa.
This guy looks based.
These glasses and that hat is so out of style, bro.
Yeah, but he's owning it.
Well, he's owning that skull on his staff. He's definitely owning that.
He looks like he's like free show at like a metal concert. Like he's about
Unscrupulous
to
adventurers
go
take
get his
advantage of these
guitar and warm up.
superstitions to put docile native girls under their power, transforming them into zombies so they will submit to their primitive instincts. There are many existing opinions about the living death. The truth is that many strange and horrible stories are told, like the one that happened in Corbeil to Captain Pierre Labiche.
Pierre Labiche.
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah, bitch.
A lot more close-ups in this already than a lot of the older stuff we've seen. The camera work is, I mean, it's very dynamic.
Much more dynamic than we are used to.
What?
Spooky thunder.
The close-up of him with the knife, that was incredible. So back then, with all of this like fire, is that just real fire, or are they cheating that in any way?
No, that's real fire for sure. Absolutely.
I mean, if something like that were shot nowadays, would they cheat it for safety more?
I feel like they might, especially like it looks like here they're shooting on a soundstage. I don't know if they're on like an open soundstage or a closed one, but it looks like a closed small set.
All right, quick, light the fire. Let's get this real quick before we all die from carbon
We've
monoxide.
only got 5 minutes before we need to open the garage door and let some of the smoke out.
I want my film to have that nice hazy look.
That is something that some directors are very meticulous about. That was one thing Terry Gilliam was apparently always very meticulous about, is how much smoke or fog was in shots. It's just such a wild concept.
Right. Well, especially, I mean, I think there was a lot of that during the Holy Grail shoot, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And that was all outside.
Yeah.
So trying to get the right amount of smoke in an outside space it all just flies away.
Incredibly difficult. As we.
It sounds like a pain in the ass.
Yep.
All right, hurry, go.
Yeah, they cut it really quick, which, I don't know, do you think that's practical too? I think it's a real
no, I'm going to give that a yikes, because I think they actually killed, I'm pretty sure they actually killed the chicken, for sure, without a doubt.
I'm pretty sure they actually killed it for sure, without a doubt. You got more confident as the sentence went on. I like it.
I'm 80% sure that I'm 100% sure.
Yeah, pretty much.
almost certain I know what's going on with the
No.
chicken.
No. Well, I think that was essentially some kind of voodoo. Right.
Right, yeah. But like, then homeboy starts hugging the chicken and
Yeah, I
putting his
don't know
foot in
what
his
that
mouth.
was about. Yeah. Was not quite sure.
He got a little swept up in the tender moment.
Just a little.
Chicken tenders moment.
So again, this movie was released. Yeah, so I guess it was released in '71 as Snake People, and that was actually 2 years after Boris Karloff had died.
Yo, it's the Colonel.
Yeah, he does kind of look like the Colonel.
He's the Colonel.
The Colonel just had a shave.
You can't wear
This
that
is why they're
kind of
slaughtering the
tie
chicken.
and that white jacket and have white hair and people not think you look like the Colonel.
I guess
say
that's
you,
like
he
that's
did.
kind of a whole look that's just been co-opted by that one mascot.
That's so true.
But that was actually how the Colonel dressed. There was a Colonel
Oh,
Sanders
titties. Go.
was actually in a low budget movie back in the day, and he like fed they were eating, the cast and the crew were eating KFC like the entire shoot, and like one of the stipulations was that he make a cameo in the film, and so he's in the restaurant like selling his chicken and he's wearing the the white suit and the
Incredible.
yeah.
So the Colonel was
I want to go to the
there.
Yeah.
I want to go to the KFC where the boss is working.
Yeah, don't you? Yeah, I want to go to the KFC with the Colonel. Yeah, it is like that Family Guy bit. I'm here to
say
see
you,
the
he
Colonel.
did.
Oh, he did.
Well, here we are.
I don't. Is it
I didn't think
New
it was
Orleans
just
voodoo or
fortunate.
is it like a Western
Consider
town?
yourself fortunate
It's like they
that I
put
was
both of
around
them
to
into one
accompany you.
set.
I am sure people in these parts are unused to see a
There's like
woman
a
wear
wagon
alone.
wheel and then like a straw
In due
roof.
time, Captain LeBeef.
Wherever this
Women are
island
no longer
is.
bonded to men.
I
as
mean,
they were
again, this is
before.
like
We know how to shift for
this is
ourselves.
probably the parts that
I
were
don't
shot
think
in
that
the
premise
Mexican
will hold true around here.
That
studio.
remains to be seen.
Well, at any rate, if you need me, you have just but to say the word.
I don't think that will be necessary.
And about that club you belong to.
It's not a club. It's a well-founded organization that will change the world.
And how do you say it's called?
The International Anti-Saloon League.
Oh, she's a Scientologist.
Quite right.
Yo, yeah, definitely.
Well, here we are. Oh,
It's not a club. It's a well-founded organization that
I'll
will
call
save
him
the
to-
Well,
world.
that's how, you know,
I shall attend to
Scientology
that
got
myself.
started was, you know,
Voodoo.
I'll go along with you to the
voodoo
plantation
and
later.
temperance.
How long will you be staying here?
Long enough to clean up the police department
L. Ron Hubbard brought a guy back
and
from the
reestablish
dead.
law and order.
Anti-alcohol, pro-voodoo.
I mean, frankly, if he did that, he would probably have. There would probably be much more basis for a religion based around it.
Sergeant! Yes, sir. I am Captain Labiche, your new chief. Where is Lieutenant Wilhelm?
Capitan.
Capitan.
Well? Deaf and dumb, huh? Never mind. I shall announce myself. Are
Got
these
'em.
men prisoners?
Stammering is.
Prisoner,
Line.
Line.
He's choking. Lieutenant, your boy's choking.
Not impressed. Uh-oh.
My glass is
Get it,
empty.
you idiot.
Is this MASH?
Yep.
Thank you, Tony.
the pleasure is mine, Lieutenant.
Where's
I'm sorry,
Radar?
I didn't get word of your coming. That is quite obvious.
Oh, classic Hawkeye. Oh,
I am
dude.
Captain Labiche.
And of course you are... Wilhelm. Yes, sir. At your service, sir. Your glass is empty.
That won't be necessary. I never drink alcohol.
Bravo!
Just got chickens and dogs and everything roaming around this. Is this a fort or a prison? It's kind of hard to tell.
Yes.
Captain Lepiche.
How many chickens do you think they bought for this shoot?
Alcoholism
None.
in the large
Do you think
I
they got
think
that
they were
from
already
that other
there. I think they were
on the-
already around.
Lieutenant
And they
Wilhelm,
just brought
Mademoiselle
them.
Vanderberg.
Well, that's even worse. If they
Mademoiselle Vanderberg is...
if they killed
temperance
at least
work.
one chicken and they didn't even buy it.
Temperance.
It wasn't their chicken to kill.
The salvation of the world.
No, I think it was just
Modern
around.
science has shown that alcohol is responsible for 99.2%.
They just killed somebody's chicken.
99.2.
Yo, so one thing I will say
I
is
see
I did
that
not
it's
look to
taken
see where
care
the
of.
breaks were tonight. So
I want you to come with
I
me
got
at
you.
once to the plantation of Calfanolder.
Freewheeling
I
it.
presume you know the man?
3110.
Of course.
But I can tell
He
you
owns
when it
almost
is.
half the island. Mademoiselle Vanderberg is his niece. She intends to stay with him while she's here.
I see. Very good, but it's quite far from here.
In that case, we should leave at once.
Yes, sir.
traveling by wagon, I mean, the only experience I have is Oregon Trail, but I can tell you just alone from that it probably was not a good time.
What's this, Wilhelm?
It's a voodoo
Someone's about to
funeral,
die
sir.
from dysentery.
Any minute.
I don't understand. What is this voodoo?
We've got to ford this
Oh, it's
river.
a native superstition. They will bury their dead in a special place, which is supposed to be protected by magic. And they'll keep a vigil for 3 days and 3 nights, just to be sure.
To be sure of what?
Oh, to be sure that the bodies cannot be raised and made to walk at night, forced to work in the field.
Which I gather doesn't happen too often.
Not too often.
Not too often. Just a couple times a week. You know, nothing bad. Really dragging this out for
The intense stare.
What's the matter, mademoiselle? Did he frighten
Is he
you?
still looking at me?
Then she starts looking out of the corner of her eye to see. Awkwardly.
Captain, sometimes even I get frightened by these people's eyes.
In those eyes, you can guess all the cruelty of their diabolical ceremonies. Ceremonies produced by sinister witches
Is
and
this
under
the-
the guidance of the mysterious
This is the
Shambhala.
narrator again?
Legends say they even produce human sacrifices. They gladly go to their deaths with the hope
thought that was
they'll
just
be
for the
accepted
intro.
into the Legion of the Zombies, winning the favor of Baron Samedi. And
Thanks
this
for the
way,
exposition,
enjoy the
narrator.
privilege of the living
Yeah.
dead.
Such a your classic, like, you know, American narrator. Look at these ridiculous things that these natives are doing. There's these savages.
There's a snake.
It's just, you know, again,
Got
this
a
is all the
first.
colonialist bullshit. Yeah, here we go. Here's the snake. The titular snake.
Tits. The titular snake.
This really was the island
This one was a cabaret performer named Tongalele. Mexican American from Spokane, Washington.
Huh.
But she was like a big like cabaret performer in Mexico City nightclubs.
You said this was shot in Mexico?
Part of it was shot in Mexico. Part of it, again, it's a Mexican film financed by like Mexican producers. They had arranged a deal with Columbia Pictures. I don't know if that deal ended up going through or not. I think they got some financing from it, but yeah, the plan was to shoot it all in Mexico, but Karloff, because of his health, could not travel to Mexico. So the Karloff scenes were actually shot in Los Angeles. So it's like part of it is shot in Mexico, part of it is shot in Los Angeles.
So anything with Karloff,
right?
Probably in LA. Anything without,
with a different director.
Interesting.
Yeah,
he's patched in.
Yeah, pretty much. Karloff didn't, he agreed to do 4 films for this producer. This guy named Luis Vergara, and so Karloff did these 4 movies, but he like hated the scripts. Had like somebody come in, and this guy named Jack Hill come in and like rewrite and like then direct his scenes for all 4 movies. And they shot all 4 of the movies or the scenes for all 4 movies for Karloff in the spring of 1968 on a soundstage in Los Angeles.
I'm still marveling that anybody can do that you can exist on quarter lung power, like half of lung power.
Right. Well, John Wayne was the same way. I mean, he had like parts of his lungs removed like multiple times throughout his career, and kept on acting until like he got stricken with real serious cancer. But he tried to act as long as he could. And Karloff, these 4 films that these 4 Mexican films that Karloff did were his last 4 movies.
I feel like that one half of a lung would have to work so hard.
Oh yeah, I was watching another movie that he did, I guess a year before this. I was watching it last night, and I was watching him, and he was struggling.
It's been a long time.
I could see it, and I was like, damn.
Did he sound like
you have guests?
Stevie from Malcolm in the Middle?
Charming.
No. Yeah. Good evening.
May I present?
Uncle Carl, don't you remember me? I'm Annabella.
Not little Annabella Vandenberg.
All grown up, as you could see.
Well, now, how many years has it been?
Oh, now, please, don't mention that.
And this is my superior from the mainland.
Don't mention my age. I'm a lady.
Captain Mabiche. At your service, sir.
Captain, I'm honored. Please sit down.
Already outdated before it even
some refreshments for our guest
was released.
Yo, Amy Winehouse cameo. Holy shit.
She does look like Amy Winehouse.
This is indeed a surprise, Randy. What brings you so far from home?
I've come on behalf
Oh my
of the great
god, it's a fucking chair. dude.
Giant wicker chair.
It's a little wide. It's a little wide.
to make a better world.
I need extra shoulders.
Proportioned right for a person, right?
This is a human chair for humans. Because we are also humans making this chair.
Well, of course, in a cause like that, I'm completely at your service.
Uh-oh.
How will it be accomplished?
By destroying the demon. Drink.
Ooh.
Good luck getting alcohol off that island, lady. Karloff, like, you know, one of the other things he had, like,
This is
he had
delicious.
terrible
pipe?
What is it?
What?
Just a local beverage.
It looked like he was smoking
made
that
from,
thing.
From bananas, I believe.
What thing?
And sugar.
Not Karloff, the other
Captain
guy.
Lovely,
Yeah, the captain.
you have a fine young
Mr.
officer
Capitan.
here, Lieutenant.
Yeah, it looked like he was smoking that a minute
On a
ago.
more peaceful island than Colby would be very difficult to find. So what brings you here?
Not peace, Herr van Mulder.
The sword, then?
I'm a man of the sword.
It is said that he who lives by the sword
Must have a strong arm, Herr van Mulder.
What are you two talking about?
They're having some jokes among themselves, mademoiselle.
The humor seems rather grim.
You see, mademoiselle, your uncle suspects I have come to this island to make trouble. This is not correct. Trouble is already here. And I have come to stamp it out, to bring law.
Whose law, Captain? The people of Colby have had their own for centuries and...
Pagan superstition, witchcraft,
You're right, that's definitely
Magic.
some kind of pipe or something.
ritual mutilation.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to
Human
smoke it, but I don't
sacrifice.
know. I don't
and
get
other
it.
practices of a sort,
Maybe not, I don't know.
which cannot be discussed.
Maybe he's just
in the presence
nervously
of a young
chewing
lady.
on it.
Could be.
Your pardon, mademoiselle.
What sort of practices?
Sorry, I always
The
get so
young
nervous
men
when I'm
and
in
the
front of the
young women
camera.
get together. And...
With help.
Yes, sir.
You see, Herr van Mulder.
Wait, are we filming?
To me, the law is a simple matter. There is right, and there is wrong.
And you are constantly amazed by the number of people who fail to recognize your simple formula.
Herr van Mulder, you have a great influence here. I had hoped that we could be allies, you and I.
Perhaps we can, Captain. Perhaps we can.
Fine.
Come into my laboratory.
So he also
like to
had
show
like
you
braces on his legs, because he had like terrible arthritis. Anytime I watch him walk around, I feel bad. 'Cause
Uncle
it's like,
Carl, I had no
he was
idea you were
having a
scientist.
Man can probably barely
They had a
move.
wheelchair
Many
off
varied
off
ideas.
set or
For
off
years, I've
like
been
off
making a
screen. He was
study
like
of the
sitting
culture
resting in a
of the people of
wheelchair
Colby.
between takes
How do you like this little
and like
fellow?
sucking oxygen.
Did you know that when the Egyptians were raising the pyramids, the people here on this
But I
little
mean, again,
island
dedicated to
were
his
raising
craft.
something much more
Yeah,
important
he's the
than
man.
understand
The Frankenstein monster that
And what would that be?
everybody
power.
knows and loves.
a vast, untapped power that has laid dormant for
The
thousands
Grinch,
of years.
if
Just
you're
waiting
familiar
the
with
key
the
to unlock
original
its
cartoon. is
Oh,
narrated
If anybody
by-
out there has seen this
And where is
little
this power to
known
be found?
gem,
little known holiday
mind.
classic
And
called
the
How the
key.
Grinch Stole Christmas. The original,
Captain
again, the
Lovely.
animated special.
did you say Grinch sold
You see
Christmas?
that
Yeah,
tiny little
sold
underwear?
Grinch auctioned off Christmas.
Do you
The Grinch who
believe that
sold the world.
by the mere
No, I'd pay,
concentration
that would be good.
human will that can be made to
That would be
move?
interesting to see.
That? Of course not. What nonsense.
Of course, for you, then it would be impossible.
My food is here. I'm going to be quiet for a little bit.
Oh no,
Therefore-
dude, just eat. I want to hear you munching into the microphone, dude. ASMR stream.
All right, hang on. I got this.
Uh-oh, what is he gonna do?
And that
even
is
know
your
what the goal
vast
was
untapped power?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what he's trying to accomplish there.
One man alone did not build the pyramids.
Mind powers. What's that?
You saw the tiny movement of that mirror caused by the
Does
concentration
voodoo give
of
you
one
mind
human
powers?
Think what would be done
Psychic,
by the
telekinetic
concentration of
mind
thousands
powers.
of minds, all stronger than mine, upon one single object. Oh, we would indeed have a new world. No more war, no pestilence, no hunger, famine, disease. Perhaps even no more death.
Bah. Politics.
Bah.
I am
Humbug.
disappointed you think me so gallant.
Wait, what is it? Is he
Von
saying
Mulder.
that if everybody was psychic, that you would have world peace?
Pretty much.
Parlor trick.
If everybody's
The lamb.
minds were focused on the same thing.
This gentleman would like a more impressive demonstration.
Hot take.
Hot take. Let's hear it. Uh-oh, what's she gonna do?
Tremișei. Cimbabo. Benfere. Calendiso, calendo.
Whoa, Superman over here. Or I guess Firestarter.
Captain Labiche, I must warn you that if you insist on interfering with the
Captain
Another
Labiche.
real fire.
of these people,
Captain LaBeige.
it'll be very dangerous,
Captain
not only for
Labiche.
you, but for others. In the name of humanity, I beg you
Being
to go
real
back to
Captain
the mainland
Labiche,
at
if you know what I'm
once.
saying.
Leave this forgotten island in peace.
I am the law, Herr Van Mulder. And the law can forget no one.
No one.
Did you just say I am the law?
Good day,
I am the
Mademoiselle
law.
Vandenberg.
Yeah, pretty much.
I hope we meet again under more amusing circumstances.
I am the sheriff.
Freaking weirdo. Freaking incels, dude. What are you gonna do? It's like, you know, can't get a real girl, so they're gonna go, you know, manipulate some dead girl, raise her from the
Voodoo.
dead. Use
I mean, she's
voodoo.
real.
Well, she's real, but she's, you know, she was dead, and now she's just a zombie. So she's just kind of gonna follow your, you know, commands. Just what an incel would want.
Not an incel for long.
No, not for long.
Now he's just a necrophiliac.
Yeah. You're one of the, yeah, after you're one, you don't, yeah. You either stay an incel or you become a necrophiliac. Uh-oh.
You know that Dambala does not like this kind of thing.
No. Don't like this.
She doesn't like this kind of.
Oh, we were supposed to pause.
Ah, where?
Break.
When? Now?
Just pause now, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that
It was
a-
3110, the cut to village, but I missed it.
Okay. Well, I missed it too. It's all right. It's fine.
We're fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Not a problem. Not a problem. All right. So that takes us to the first break, the exciting beginning of Isle of the Snake People. And that was a climactic...
AKA Snake People.
Yeah, AKA Snake People, yeah. Easier to just say Snake People. But that's a climactic point to take a break, I must say.
Yeah.
It's like Tongalele is about to fuck that guy up.
That's how I want to go out.
I mean, come on, you know.
Death by snoo snoo.
Right, yeah, pretty much, exactly. It's funny that you say that. I was just happened to be watching some Futurama earlier today and really like realizing like, man, I you know, it's one of those shows that when you don't watch it in a long time and then you come back to it, you're like, man, you're like, I really do like Futurama. I just you know, try not to spoil it for myself by overwatching it, you know. But it's funny.
Yeah, it definitely stands up.
It definitely
holds up.
Good thing it
Yeah, Futurama fucking sucks, dude.
Whoa,
hot take.
Controversial hot take over here.
Yeah, when he left his dog outside the pizza place for like 30 years. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, everybody
bummer.
knows. Everybody knows that is
So,
the
for the next episode of our very funny sci-fi adult animation, we're gonna kill this dog.
Yeah, I really
and
can't.
It's gonna be really sad.
Pitching that in the room must have been a lot of fun. Like, what the fuck? Like, really?
Hear me out. They're gonna love it.
They're going to love it. No, it is easily one of the most depressing episodes of television I've ever seen, without a doubt. No question.
And on that note,
and on that note, yeah. So you know, it's, you know, that was the first act. We've gotten to see a little bit of voodoo rituals, some voodoo rites. You know, this weirdo who's just about to, you know, death by snoo snoo. Obviously, in the beginning, he was kind of crossing a line by digging up this dead girl and using voodoo on her just to, you know, make her a sex slave, more or less. So, you know, good thing that guy's about to get it. But I mean, this is all very old school in terms of like zombie films, even at this time, you know? I mean, yeah, ever since White Zombie, which we watched last season, zombie films, for the most part, dealt with voodoo or some kind of island themes or, you know, ritual magic, you know, all that stuff. But as you start getting into the mid to late 60s, the whole concept of a zombie starts to change. And when they were
what
shooting...
else was coming out, like, around, you know, around 70?
Well, again, Night of the Living Dead came out in 1968. So that had kind of redefined... I mean, it really... zombies as they are today were really solidified with Dawn of the Dead, which I think was either 74, 75, or 76. But Night of the Living Dead...
this came out kind of in that between...
Yeah, it was in the between phase. And again, it was shot, I believe, before Night of the Living Dead was released. So it was still kind of... You know, that was still kind of the norm for most zombie movies, but it was still... Even for 68, it's kind of like outdated to be doing this, you know. I mean, even like a period piece on this island and this whole colonialist like point of view. It's just you know, I mean, that's not to say that even later zombie movies that, you know, like I think there's a movie called, I think it's just called Zombie, that came out in like 1980. And it's, you know, that's your classic kind of flesh-eating zombie movie. but it takes place on this like remote island, and I don't know if there's voodoo involved in that, but it, you know, it didn't get totally lost from the whole zombie.
There's at least some connection there.
Right. There was still like, you know, zombies and voodoo were still kind of synonymous for a long time, but again, once you had Dawn of the Dead in the mid 70s, zombie movies were pretty much, you know, it was flesh-eating ghouls, and voodoo and magic and all that is, you know, completely out of the picture. So, you know, like I said, it was even before Night of the Living Dead, it was starting to change. So the trailers that we're going to see for this break, the first trailer is for a 1964 movie called Last Man on Earth, starring Vincent Price. And it is basically about how a pandemic kills everybody or turns them into like zombie vampires, and Vincent Price is the only one who is immune.
Isn't that the adaptation of I Am Legend?
It's the same story that I Am Legend. Yeah, so Last Man on Earth was the first film adaptation of I Am Legend, and then you had The Omega Man with Charlton Heston, and then, you know, later on you had I Am Legend with Will Smith. But
Will.I.am Smith.
With Will.I.am. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth, Smith. And
his official name.
You can't not. I don't feel like
we can't forget about it.
You can't talk about Will Smith without talking about the slap. I mean, come on.
He did do it.
You can't say Oscar-winning actor without Oscar-winning, but he slapped a guy when he wanted actor Will Smith. I mean, come on. We're never gonna forget.
Maybe the new rule is if you win an Oscar, you get like one freebie assault.
I mean, I hope that's not the standard that Will Smith.
I think that's it. It's like The Purge.
Unfortunately, I'm afraid. I mean, you think about how much did Woody Allen get away with before he finally got canceled? You know.
Well,
think about all the Oscar winners that are now canceled. Freaking Weinstein. Ugh. I mean,
what did he do? Did he do something?
Oh no!
I'm a little out of the loop, guys.
No.
Yeah, what happened?
He did.
I just got back from camp.
And then the other trailer that we're going to see is for
being canceled as a choice.
It's a choice.
That's what Sweet Feet said.
Oh, Sweet Feet's in the house.
Being canceled really is a choice. If you come out and apologize.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that for sure. Yeah.
Or does he mean doing things to get canceled as a choice?
Well, I think it works both ways. I think, I mean, I think it applies in both ways. Philosophical stream. And then the second trailer we're going to see is for a 1967 or 68 movie called The Astro Zombies, which it's about like space aliens. I don't know if there's really zombies in that, but it's, got zombies in the title. And again, pre-Night of the Living Dead and pre-tonight's film. So again, it's we're kind of seeing that the whole zombie subgenre was already starting to move from the voodoo zombie ritual stuff. Yes, it is. We ended at a climactic point. It is about to get intense. I am excited to see what happens to this guy. So we're gonna get to this break, and then when we come back, we're going to get into the exciting middle of Snake Pipple.
You want to take another stab at that?
Yes, we're going to get into the exciting middle of Snake People. So stick around. We will be right back.
Snake Pibble.
We switch you to the state capital, where His Excellency, the Governor,
is speaking from the Executive Mansion.
Further, I have, in conjunction with the federal government, declared this state to be a disaster area.
I was sent to keep you here until they come.
To kill me.
Vampires, alive among the lifeless, that make the night hideous with their inhuman cravings. If they are not destroyed in the flaming pits of hellfire, or staked to the ground in the light of the sun, will the unbelievable become real? A world of inanimate zombies by day, irresistible, horrifying attackers by night. Can a zombie woman's hunger for love repopulate the earth?
Terror stalks the streets as a scientist human transplantation experiment runs amok. The Astro Zombies.
It is done, Francho.
John Carradine and Wendell Corey star in one of the most frightening horror films ever made. Watch in terror, scream in fright, thrill to breathless excitement as these skull-faced astro-zombies strike blindly at living flesh, tearing, ripping, and killing with blood-drenched fury. Unbearable suspense and sadistic terror grip the senses as these human transplants threaten the safety of a city.
This is a very delicate situation. We are concerned with the mutilation murders that have occurred over the past 6 months.
The beautiful, voluptuous, deadly, vicious Satana, a woman who would stop at nothing to gain control over the astro-zombies, whose creed was kill, kill, kill.
Killing.
Between them, they created a blood-soaked reign of terror to stagger the imagination. The astro-zombies, a strange, weird, unbelievable breed of living dead in human form. Their deranged transplanted brains could only lead them to murder, action to thrill you, suspense to make your blood curdle. You watch in frightened fascination, beating hearts and throbbing, living brains are transplanted by a scientist whose motives are entirely dedicated to evil.
Come on. Who are you?
Watch as the vicious Satana tortures her victim. Watch as the astro-zombies attack with maniacal fury. Watch as a deadly weapon cuts a head in two. Watch as the blood flows and splatters the screen. Watch the astro-zombies. You will die 1,000 deaths as you watch the Astro-Zombies, starring Wendell Corey and John Carradine.
And we are back. Yeah, we'll figure it out. It's one of those two. We're trying to figure out where I left off at because I am watching it. I'm watching it like through VLC, so it's trying to make sure we're all in the same place. But we'll see. We'll find out shortly. Yeah. So that was the trailers for. Yes, they are, but we're working with two blue men tonight. Yes. Evan again is blue, and I'm here in the studio, staring at a stone wall, not made of plastic, and joined by the Blue Men group. So it's always a good time when I've got the Blue Men group in the house. So yeah, so you know, those were two zombie movies that are, you know, pre Night of the Living Dead, but not voodoo zombies. And Last Man on Earth is really good. That's a really good movie, and we will get to watch that on the show.
Nice.
I think I've got it set up for next season. And it is a really solid, fun movie.
I love the original short story that it's based on.
See, I've never read it. Is it pretty good?
It's really good. Yeah, I really like it. The modern I Am Legend, I don't think stands up. Like, I don't think it works super good as an adaptation.
See, and
that might be my hottest take of all. I don't like the.
I've heard that before because there's like a part at the end of the actual story that.
Well, they completely changed the ending, which is like kind of the whole point of the original story.
Well, I think they changed the ending in the Vincent Price movie as well, but it's still it's still pretty. I mean, I think it's pretty wild. I mean, it's just a well-made movie, and it's been a while since
I think it's also a little different because that one, what is it called again? The Last Man on Earth?
Yeah.
I think it's a little different if you don't bill it as I Am Legend too.
Right. That makes sense. When you put that kind of weight on it, those expectations. And you know, anything with Vincent Price is, you know, you're in for a treat. Much like Lugosi, or in tonight's case, Boris Karloff. Again, you know, you're in for a treat. I mean, these men know how to act up a storm, even in the cheapest, most ridiculous movies with the most ridiculous plots.
Even in the last days of their lives.
Yeah, in Boris Karloff's case, like, he's filming 4 movies back to back in the spring of 1968 with fucking braces on his
last legs.
Most of his scenes
on his last lung.
Yeah, basically not even on his legs, because he's mostly sitting down or leaning
his last
against
half
something. Last half a lung. And you know, he made a pretty penny from the 4 films that he did. He made $100,000 per movie. So, adjusted for inflation, he made like over $3 million off of the 4 movies. So he definitely was able to kind of live comfortably. He died in like February.
Died for the game.
He did die for the game.
Died for the game. He
did die for the game. He loved what he was doing. You know, Karloff
put his life on that shit.
Karloff was one of the founding members of the Screen Actors Guild, and I know, Fresh, as we had talked about, you're not really a big union guy, but you know, Karloff was one of the founding members because of the terrible experiences that he had on the set of Frankenstein, working late nights, like wearing the makeup, you know, long makeup sessions, and then wearing a heavy costume, having to like carry an actor on his back and like climb up like stairs and do multiple takes. And he had permanent back problem. Like, all the problems that he has in tonight's movie are like repercussions of things that he did like in his film career. I mean, except the lung shit. That's from his emphysema from smoking too much, which is his fault. But you know,
he accidentally smoked too much.
But the back and leg problems certainly can be attributed to things that he did on the job, because he was just a very dedicated actor. And they actually drill. Yeah, he said, "Go ahead, do it. Drill the holes in my." No, he actually, for the first Frankenstein movie, he had like some bridge work taken out so that his cheeks would look more sunken in, so that he would look more like a dead body, look more hollow. Like, I mean, he was, you know. he certainly did.
He went to the dentist and was like, make it worse.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, yeah. I mean, Karloff really was dedicated to that role, and again, that's why Icon, like that's that same image, that same designs, you know, it still holds up, and you know, yeah, it's partly the makeup, but it's also his performance. Like, he was just a great performer, even in tonight's film when he is, you know, basically looking like Colonel Sanders, sitting in chairs and leaning against stuff. He's still like, it's like Lugosi in the Serial. Like, he may not have close-ups and he may not, you know, but he's still giving his all, chewing the scenery, doing everything he can, putting the little flourishes in. And, you know, we watched him, Karloff last season in The Terror. And, you know, I mean, this is not.
I like it. I kind of like it when Carl's on.
Well, no. In this case, Carl's always off. It's Carl off. So that's
I want Carl on.
Nope, you're only getting him off. He's only off.
Wow.
So deal with it. All right.
Imagine what he would be like if he's on.
When Boris is Carl on.
Yeah, oh my God, Jesus Christ.
The world's not ready for Boris Karloff.
No, the world is not ready. I guarantee you the world is not ready. I'm not ready. The world is not ready. I think what we are ready for is to get into the exciting middle of Snake People. So, if you guys have it queued up,
I'm
at some timestamp.
Start at 51, and if I say 58, then jump to like 59, or you know.
Okay, I can use my arrow keys to jump around.
If you can, it might be kind of hard. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get into. You guys have it queued up, right?
Yep.
I'm at 32:51 now. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the exciting middle of Snake People right now. Yeah, it was 21 or 51, whatever. Okay. No, I was wrong. It was later. It was much later.
Who is this Tambala?
I'm at the Capitan.
Oh, the religious symbol. Their leader. He's not important.
He didn't get fucked up.
Living that. People sacrifice in ceremonial rites. And you say he's not important?
Look, Captain, this is not Paris. You do well to respect these people's customs. That was the first thing I learned when I got here.
What you didn't learn, Lieutenant, is how to cope with these fanatics. Now it's up to me. Tonight we'll find a ceremonial site and surround it.
Interfering with these people's religion is playing with fire.
I'm used to it, monsieur. Make the necessary preparations.
Idiot.
Ding, 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 ding.
I love the 70s.
This way,
70s
Captain.
angles.
Yep. Break it up, break it up.
What's going on in here?
What's all this then? All right.
All right, some kind of Mickey Mouse operation going on.
What is he doing? That's a yikes. That's a yikes for sure. What is he doing?
I mean, nah, fuck that.
Yikes for sure, bro. Ugh. Coming to bust it down, and then you're like harassing the women.
Yeah, like, let me put on my Nike checks.
I ordered you to be first at once. Allez, get out. Allez.
Yep, break it up, break it up. Nothing to see here.
The only way to handle these people, Wilhelm. Now they know who gives the orders.
I fear so, Capitan Laviche.
He's unbuttoning his shirt even more every.
Sometimes I think you know more than you let on, and I love to cooperate.
He's like, I'm
He had
just
like
Are you
chilling.
sure you don't
he
know?
had two buttons
Madame Ballet?
buttoned up in the last
I'm
scene.
sure. If
What
I
year
knew, I
was
wouldn't tell you.
Indiana Jones?
We'll see about that. Place a guard of 3 men
no,
here.
like 80, 81, 82. Just late.
So Indiana Jones copied this movie.
Yep.
Is what Evan's getting at.
Yep. Steven Spielberg and George Lucas saw Snake People, and they said, you know what?
Tony, I think we're going to get very, very
You know, I
drunk tonight.
I always thought it was a little weird in the first Indy when he falls into that pit and he's like, why'd it have to be the island of the snake people?
No, Sweet Feet, this is not Indiana Jones.
That was their homage to the original inspiration.
Oh my god, the blow dart. This is Sweet Feet right here.
Classic. Gotta love that. Classic. Voodoo. Uh-oh. More animal sacrifice up in here.
Like how normal this guy looks.
Yeah, what so this guy didn't get fucked up last time?
Nah, he's fine. He's doing the voodoo, so he doesn't get fucked up.
I guess.
He's the voodooer, not the voodoo-y. Oh my god.
Look at her.
All right.
Yeah, this is like interpretive
pain. Yeah,
pain.
She's doing synchronized pain.
Oh. Starts voguing.
Then you see a camera flash.
It's like this is a way more elaborate ritual than when just me and the little person came out here earlier. It's much easier with just 2 people. I don't understand why we have to have the whole village out here. Got my finger on the yikes button. More cowbell. I need more cowbell.
My arm's getting tired.
What?
She was beaten.
Oh, okay, I got it. They take the life out of the animal and put it in the person. So they gotta kill the animal to have life, I guess.
Cannibal woman. This woman was killed by madmen, and I intend to put a stop to it.
They say they're dead. Left their tombs to join the walking dead. There were still a few cannibal women around when we found them.
Cannibal women.
We saw them running off into the brush. We could even see the blood on their faces.
Cannibal woman. Nothing but superstitious rot.
They ate human flesh.
Because they've been cursed by Damballa. That's enough! I'll bring these people to their wits, no matter what it takes. I shall order a general
Good luck,
curfew in this
dude.
region.
My goodness.
Until the leaders of this organization.
If we've
can
learned
be
anything over
discovered
the past couple
and
months, trying to
punished.
deal with a bunch of delusional people, a big group of them, it's just...
Curfew?
You're not going to get very
Over
far.
the entire island?
You can't put a curfew on the
impossible.
zombies.
I quite agree. I have written the government in protest. But for the present, all I can do is carry out my orders.
I love that Boris Karloff has a pet parrot
What do you
back
think
there.
the people will do?
Well, I don't know. The police they're afraid of. It's the zombies.
Zombies? Oh.
This is
Yeah,
some
no.
LA pet store parrot.
Really?
Well, they're afraid that they'll
Never
come
forget
down from
that,
the
like,
mountains.
Bob's Burgers parrot that can't
what are
forget
these
the
zombies?
phrase that it was taught for a
It's a
commercial.
voodoo superstition.
Polly wants a
They're
great deal
supposed
on
to
a
be the
quality
walking
mattress.
dead, raised from their graves by magic and put to work in the cane fields, like slaves.
It is wild that birds can talk.
Baron Zamdi will be invoked
It
to
really
lead
is.
them.
Lead them to what?
Who knows? Baron Zamdi is the Messiah of darkness. He will bring a whole new world. At least, that's what the natives say.
Yeah, so they say. Well, this calls for a drink.
Yes, Lieutenant.
Yeah, it
thank
does.
you.
Hell yeah,
I'll
it
join you
does.
in that.
Oh, here we go again. This is
Annabella, you don't mind.
Killer
you're
Shrews all over again.
Why this unfair
Can I make you a
discrimination
drink?
against me?
Uncle Carl may be forgiven because of his age.
Every 10 minutes.
In his case, it serves a medicinal purpose.
Mademoiselle, you are a fanatic. I've never seen a zombie, but I'm starting to feel like one.
Zombie?
This is pretty good stuff.
Uncle Carl, what would it take to invoke this Baron Samedi? It says here, an ultimate act of horror.
Tradition says that Dambala, who is the servant of Baron Zamdi, must produce a human sacrifice. Then Baron Zamdi will appear.
Mein Herr, the new
Crenshaw.
Oh.
I have guests.
Excuse me. I
hi,
must speak
Mark.
to you, mein Herr.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Jerry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Crenshaw
well, he
is my
did just kind
overseer.
of Kramer up in here for sure.
Apparently there's trouble in the cane fields. I'll be back.
Jerry, you're not going to believe what's happening in those cane fields out there.
This business with the police,
Bow.
the curfew,
I know about that.
it could only lead to one thing. The workers are becoming restless. They can feel the danger in the air.
Then do what you must do, Klingsor. But don't go too far.
Okay. What's the, I'm not going to know where the break is anyway, but...
Call it out. I'll call it out. I'll totally get it this time.
Yeah, sure. No, I'm just kidding. I know you will. I trust you. I have faith in you.
Meow.
Ah! Not phased at all. So you think a little
Don't
snake
touch it.
gonna scare me off?
It is Serta.
I am the
Snake of the
Capitan.
evil spirit. They're trying to throw a curse on you.
I shall put a stop to this.
That snake's cursed. Don't touch it.
As of today,
Great.
we start patrolling the whole area.
Yeah, just
Arrest
wait to
anyone who
fire.
looks suspicious.
All right,
Get your men together.
fuck that thing up.
Ali! Don't just stand there. Where the hell is Wilhelm?
Don't just stand there.
I think that's a real snake that they just threw in the well. Was it moving? You think that's real? Not a yikes. Might be a yikes.
I think that was After Effects.
I mean, Filmmakers in this day and age were not above animal abuse, especially...
This is why they went to Mexico, so they could kill as many animals as they could.
Well, and again, this Mexican production.
Everyone stayed indoors.
Ah, yes. They didn't just go to Mexico.
They didn't just go to Mexico. It was always planning to be shot in Mexico.
What is it?
Yeah, SAG never would have stood for that.
No,
The
SAG would
snake
not be
actors.
about
among these savages too long.
slitting chicken throats and throwing snakes in the fire.
Snake actors.
Which is such a weird, the snake
They
actors.
could have come up with something a bit SAG.
Yeah, SAG is not, it seems like...
You guys just wait till my SAG representative gets here.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they, in the biz, that's what they refer to it as, SAG. My SAG card. My SAG benefits. She's peeping on this lady?
This lady's about to die by snoo snoo.
Okay. Alright.
So obvious. Like, not hidden at all. This really does feel like a 70s TV show.
Yeah, I mean, it's the, certainly low.
Wait, does he not have any
value,
shoes?
for sure. And this is
Is he
also...
barefoot?
I don't know, is he?
It looks like it.
I mean, this is also just a terrible print, too. There might be, like, a widescreen version of this, but this is, like, I'm pretty sure, like, a pan and scan, like, VHS, DVD copy or something like that.
Yeah, I noticed the commercial halfway through was kind of weird.
Didn't we have that happen one time? There was something that we played and a commercial popped up.
If we did, I don't think I was there for that one. That would be funny as hell.
It's like, oh, come on.
We could be next.
Yeah, you could be.
Yes, sir. I'm afraid we could.
Good. It will be necessary to find an informer to disclose the identity of the leaders. Do you agree?
I agree, sir.
There is hope for you yet, Wilhelm.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Bingo.
Really
I have a
compliant
task
all of a
for you.
sudden.
And if you do just as I say, there will be a handsome reward.
So, how handsome are we talking here? Are we talking, like Brad Pitt handsome, or are we talking, what's the scale of handsome that we're working with here?
Handsome. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I've always thought that was a weird way to describe a reward.
It's like a threesome, foursome, and a handsome.
Ha ha!
Aha!
Sleep. Offer your dreams to Dambala.
Dambala.
She's like, you smell this ayahuasca?
Sleep.
Getting her high in her
Offer
sleep,
your
man.
dreams to Dambala.
So I had the craziest dream last night.
What? Is that a yikes? Is it? Or we're bordering on
Is
yikes
it?
territory? Is it?
I don't know.
I mean, what is she doing right now? That's the question.
Yeah, that's the question.
That's what we're trying to assess here, right now. Uh-oh.
Oh, we got the snake.
Little snake action in here. I mean, it's, you know, crazy thing to incorporate in whatever fucking ritual.
Spice up your relationship with snake play.
I mean, it does seem like there's some snake. Yeah, some snake foreplay going on here.
That guy looks like he has shark's teeth.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if they sharpen his teeth or they just look like that. Or if he's wearing like a prosthetic grill, basically, like over his teeth.
Yeah.
Alright, so they fuck you with a snake and then put you in a coffin.
That's what it seemed like was going on.
Alright, yeah, that makes sense to me.
I mean, I didn't. They didn't.
And then you wake up in Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the fuck out of there. Don't get what the romantic piano music is. Ah!
Yeah, this is an interesting set. What?
Did they clone her?
God. I guess she had to be comfortable with a real fucking snake. Yeah, it's definitely a set. They needed to have some,
I don't think so.
They needed to have some fog or something there because that
The
was
Spirit Halloween set.
Yeah, pretty much. Come on, put some fog down or something. My goodness gracious.
Middle school play set.
Pretty much.
Somebody's foyer on Halloween.
I saw the bowl of candy off to the side.
It said, please take one.
Yeah.
Cool snake belt. Not snake skin belt, like a snake belt, like it's made of an actual snake.
It's okay. It keeps my pants on.
Yeah,
the cool thing is, yeah, it tightens on its own. Whoa.
I trained it to do this.
Oh, bro. They're doing this with a real snake, too.
I know, that's what's so weird. Whoa.
Brave actress.
She's just giving back from earlier. She's not a selfless lover.
Right, exactly. It's just, you know.
What is going on?
I don't know. Some trippy ass.
The ayahuasca's really kicking in now.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Imagine the sheet music for this score.
What? She making out with herself? Ah.
Which one's the double?
No, kill her. She's the robot. You know me.
I'm the double.
I'm the double. Thom's the double. I knew it.
We didn't miss the break, did we, Fresh?
Oh, no, we didn't. Oof.
Okay, good. We're coming up on it, though, right?
Yeah, a few minutes.
What?
Damballa.
Why?
Whoa.
What was the point
Why
of that?
the title card?
Why?
I have no idea.
I did not
Part
know that was
3, Damballa.
I would have just taken
2 hours later.
Yeah. That was so weird. That made no sense.
Damballa.
Like the narrator disappeared and now they're gonna give us a title card.
Oh, more snakes.
We couldn't film a voodoo ceremony that's a catalyst for all this weird shit that's about to happen, so we're just gonna put up a title card that says Damballa, and that's how you know some shit's about to go down.
Oh, I think you're right.
I mean...
Because now the snake's in his bed.
Right. I mean, but that's a terrible, terrible way to, like, solve a plot hole.
They only had Tongalele for 2 days, alright?
Yeah, I
they
guess.
couldn't put her in every scene. She
Boris,
had a cabaret show that night.
Boris Karloff had already moved on. He had to film his scenes for Fear Chamber, which is one of the other 4 Mexican horror movies that he did.
Ding, ding.
Well, it's better than all the cowbell that we had earlier. Just, you know.
Yeah, this is true. Dunga, 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 dunga.
Just constant. Like, it did not stop.
Alright, get your pause finger ready. It's
Ooh,
59:23.
okay. You tell me.
Man at snake.
I'll be ready.
Okay. Let me make you a drink.
I need it. You know what I really need to deal with this snake? I need a drink.
This is just Mad Men.
Oh my god.
3, 2, 1, pause.
All right. And that is going to take us to our second break. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know why, that was a really weird title card placement. I haven't seen that bad a title card placement, I don't know when. That's probably the worst I've ever seen. I mean, because it was definitely just to, like, I mean, that's the only reason I could think that they would put it there is, oh, like, we need you to know that even
the same thing just happened to him.
Yeah, I don't know. It was really strange.
Or I don't know.
Yeah, it didn't have enough Tongalele. Didn't have her for enough days. That's what it is.
I think so.
It must be it. Or, couldn't get, another Karloff scene in there. I mean, again, Karloff had 4 movies to shoot in, I don't know, the spring. So I don't know how many weeks that was for him to be able to shoot 4 movies, and the director that they had was a guy named Jack Hill he directed some of the scenes for Dementia 13, which we watched earlier.
I knew that name sounded familiar.
Yeah, Jack Hill.
You guys want to hear something creepy?
Yes.
So I rebooted my computer 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And then my when it came back up, my printer printed out the Dementia 13 quiz.
What?
What?
That is creepy. When did this happen?
2 days ago. Like, it wasn't like right after we watched it. I guess like the document was stuck trying to print in my print queue or something.
Right.
For a long time.
Yeah, I was like, what the? Because my printer just started printing shit out, and I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, that was.
This is fucking creepy, and it was the Dementia 13.
That was the first
D13.
movie of season 2, and they printed out the D13 test. God, what is your computer trying to? What is your printer trying to tell you, Adam or Fresh? It's trying to tell
it's
you
fine. Everything's fine.
Mm-hmm. Surely, everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
You don't need a sanity test to watch terrible old horror movies. You're fine. Perfectly all right. Yeah, so the guy who did like the extra scenes in Dementia 13 did the extra scenes or the Karloff scenes for tonight's movie, and then those other 3 Mexican Karloff movies. And that guy also did scenes for The Terror, which was that other Boris Karloff movie that we watched last season.
The Terror.
Yeah, The Terror. So, I mean, you know, Jack Hill is another one of those guys that we'll get to watch another movie that he did, Spider Baby. That's public domain. It's a movie that I love. It's terrific. Spider Baby. It's weird title, terrific movie. It's a horror comedy, and it's really, really good. I really enjoy it. But Jack Hill I think he's still alive. I actually got to meet Jack Hill at when I was in Wilmington. Wow. I think I either asked him about working with Karloff here, or one of the other times that he got to work with like an old horror movie actor. He didn't really have like, you know, the best things to say. I mean, he didn't have much to say. He was just like, "Oh yeah, they were in really bad shape." You know, like
right.
Yeah,
what really can you say?
Yeah, I was like, I should have seen that come up before I even asked the question. I should have known. Oh yeah, Karloff was working with half a lung. You know, so, but I mean, again, Karloff was super busy in his late stage. He had done, like, again, if you saw our mini-sode earlier this week, we were talking about late stage Lugosi and how, you know, he was with Ed Wood, and that wasn't the best. Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying late stage.
You gotta stop saying
I'm gonna keep saying late stage because these movies weren't, in Lugosi's case especially, the movies weren't great. In Karloff's case, these last 4 movies weren't great, but he had a couple that he had done the year before in 1967. He had done Targets, which we've talked about before. Is, again, that's one of the great last movies that he did. Some other movies that he did a movie called The Sorcerers, which is the first trailer that we're gonna see during our break. And that is a movie that I actually really, really enjoy, and Karloff plays like a hypnotist. That him and his wife hypnotized this young hip dude in the swinging 60s London. They hypnotize him and are able to like control him and control what he does, and it's a wild movie. And that's a really great Karloff performance. And then the second trailer is for a movie called, I think it was originally called Curse of the Crimson Altar, and then the trailer version for the American release, the title was The Crimson Cult, which is what we'll see on the trailer. And that's, you know, Karloff is in a wheelchair. He's kind of, you know, not really doing like too much. He doesn't do, you know, he doesn't go too many places on The Sorcerers either, but The Sorcerers is just a really good movie.
He's very stationary in this.
In all of his last movies, he is fairly stationary. He's usually sitting.
He stood up in this one.
Or you'll see him stand up and move around, but I mean, he ain't doing much. The fact that he's even standing to me is wild. And when you see him walk, like, he's so bow-legged at this point. It is kind of like, I mean, you know, it must be something with the leg braces that he's got on. Again, dedicated to the craft for sure. So we're going to get these 2 Karloff trailers, and then when we come back, we're going to wrap up the exciting conclusion of The Snake People. So stick around. We will be right back.
Intoxication with no hangover. Ecstasy with no consequence.
See what you can come up with.
From now on, we are going to control your mind. From time to time, we'll put thoughts into your head, and you will obey those thoughts. I never dreamed this could happen, even at this distance. To get inside another's mind so completely, to feel transmissions from his very nerve ends. Your mind.
And there are whole periods when I can't remember anything at all. Nothing.
Boy, you're coming on strong now. Turning me on now. I feel kind of groovy. Oh, baby, you move me. Well, you get me to the stage where I feel fine, and then you tell me that I gotta toe the line.
Crimson Cult. Hedonists of horror.
The devil is not exactly noted for his sense of humor.
A servant of man and the devil.
My brother stayed here, didn't he? What happened? Tell me what happened to him!
Dead.
A journey into the unknown terrors of the world of black magic.
Well, we all know the subconscious mind can play strange, sometimes terrifying tricks. The living bridge between this world and the unknown.
Boris Karloff in his last and most diabolic role.
And we are back. So, yeah, that was the trailer for The Sorcerers and the Crimson Cult, Curse of the Crimson Altar, and that one was actually released in the United States after Karloff had died. So that was, like, in the United States, 5 movies that were released after Karloff had died. So, which is kind of a wild thing to, think about any artist that has posthumous work. Posthumous works.
Posthumous. The opossumous movie you've ever seen.
Yeah, exactly. There's, it's always a weird thing when somebody's been dead and then it's like, oh, their latest their thing, and you're like, oh wow.
It feels really scummy, in my opinion. It's hard to get away from how scummy that feels, even if it was like already made.
Exactly. There's definitely still this kind of whole question of at what point is the exploitation, when does things go too far? And I mean, certainly when an artist is like in ill health or not doing great.
Boris Karloff is fucking ill.
Yeah, ill, dude. Yeah, that's what they should have said in that last trailer.
They could have passed for it that way.
Ill. I mean, he's
fucking
was.
ill, son.
He certainly was. And, I mean, they always found ways to kind of work around it and work illness into his characters, and, it allowed him to act and provide for his family and keep making money. So at the end of the day,
I just think of the Family Guy bit a lot when they do stuff like that. It's like, yeah, but your character is healthy. We know you can't walk, but your character can walk.
Oh my God. Family Guy always knows how to just cut right to it.
So what movie is it when he's basically doing a Weekend at Bernie's movie? This is on?
That was the movie that I actually watched that movie last night. It's called Cauldron of Blood, and yeah, I told the guys about this last time I watched it, that there's, his character is blind in the movie, so he's wearing these big black sunglasses, and I said it looks like a Weekend at Bernie's situation, because he, like, in the first scene that he's in, he is like propped up in this chair, and I guess he's asleep at first, and he kind of sits up, but he's got the way that the sunglasses are, like, they've got like black, like, around the periphery area, like they
I remember seeing the picture.
So it's
I just can't remember what movie that was.
He moves, and it, like, I was watching the movie last night, and it was so, I mean, it looked even worse last night. Like, he really looked dead. It felt like, and that movie was in Spain. Like, he had traveled to Spain for that film, and it's like, he looked like he was struggling or must have been having a hard time, because, I mean, it is just, he looks more lively in tonight's film than he did in that film. In that film, he looks like he is struggling. So
there you go. I'll let everyone see.
Did you greatness. That picture? Yes. Pretty much. Like, again, that first scene that he's in is just completely, like, I mean, it just looks insane. Like an embalmed corpse. But,
All right, Boris, wake up, buddy. It's time for the next scene.
That was essentially, like, I didn't notice it the last time I watched it, but when, like, the scene starts and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I dozed off. And I'm wondering, like, was that an improv? Like, did he really just, like, fall asleep and then, like,
oh, this is the better one.
The actors Yeah, that's the one. This is the one that, like, in that one, he looked like legit, like he must have been sleeping or something, because the whole scene, he looks disheveled, uncomfortable, like, because even in tonight's film, he's got like a kind of sinister, he's got like a smile, kind of like a creepy look. In that scene with him in the chair, he is like legit, like, looks like he's got a serious issue going on. So
Yeah.
yeah. So Karloff, a trooper, man. The man, he loved to work. So, say what you will about his ill health. He's given.
Say what thou wilt.
Say what's thou will. So I think then if you boys have it queued up.
Yes, sir.
All cued.
All right, then we're going to go ahead and get into the exciting conclusion of Isle of the Snake People right now.
I like how some of the movie is completely washed out and some of it's not.
I was wondering, I know that there are different cuts of the movie that are shorter. This is the longest cut, I think, of the movie. It's the full hour and a half, but I think some are hour 10, maybe shorter, and I don't know if these washed out scenes are the ones that do not appear in the other one or not. All of the Mexican Karloff films, as they're referred to, have kind of been released in shorter versions, even though they're all mostly 90 minutes, I think. So trying to find the full versions is difficult. And I don't know if any of the other Mexican Karloff films are public domain or not. I'm for sure about this one, but the other ones I don't know about.
I haven't seen Mexican Karloff yet.
Well, luckily they haven't, didn't try to make him a native of the island.
Oh yeah, that would have been a yikes the entire movie.
Well, again, if we ever watch Mr. Wong, then,
Dude, I saw the thumbnail for that and I was just dying. I was like, this is fucking awful.
Yeah, Evan, were you around when we were talking about
That may have been the time I
think that was the mini-sode.
Yeah, it was a mini-sode. We were talking about Bela Lugosi has like a Mr. Wong movie, and then Boris Karloff has a different set of Mr. Wong movies. But it's both of them in yellow face, and it's really bad.
Yes.
Oh no.
The Bela Lugosi one looks so bad. He's got like the Reisman hat on and like the pencil mustache.
I'm looking it up right now.
That one's like a Fu Manchu parody, apparently.
Yeah.
And then the other one is like a Charlie Chan parody.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's a yikes.
Oh shit! This chick's a flesh eater.
This is the cannibal woman.
Yeah, the cannibal woman.
On I have the auto-generated closed captioning on, and when they were talking about that earlier, it kept showing up as carnival women.
Carnival women?
I mean,
yeah,
I love
kinda.
Pretty much. Could be.
Snakes and zombies.
Pretty much,
yes, sir.
Yeah, that's the classic combination, right? Snakes and zombies go together like peanut butter and jelly. Did she shave her head, or is that just the white? That's just the white.
It's just the white.
Okay, yeah.
It's hard to
Yeah,
tell.
it looks strange at some angles, but yeah, it's just the white. I think it's because they dyed it, so it's not really white, it's blonde.
Yeah, for sure.
like they bleached it out.
What? yeah.
He's like,
Uh-oh. That's not El Capitan, is it?
This guy.
It's that dude who stammers.
You're gonna get it, dude. Was he gonna get eaten by the cannibal girls too? Sorry, the carnival girls.
Wait. Is that El Capitan?
Ah.
He has the mustache.
Interesting montage.
It just felt like a rave.
Yeah.
It really did. Yeah. Play some Darude over that.
Who is the mala? Speak! Speak!
I button a couple buttons up, he means business.
Damn idiot!
Oh no, that wasn't El Capitan.
Mingo back last night in a basket.
Oh.
You don't stop violence with violence. I'm fed up with waiting.
Yeah, I think that was the...
Maybe they don't know anything. They won't tell us who their leaders are because they're afraid. Well, when they begin to be afraid of me, more afraid of me, and they shall, I assure you, then the names will
I
come.
assure you.
Hold on, Lieutenant. Have a drink.
What is all this have a drink shit?
Wilhelm! Wilhelm!
It's the 70s, man. Loosen up.
He was all about having a drink earlier, and now he's,
Maria!
And the Capitan didn't drink earlier.
Yeah, I thought the Capitan did not drink at all.
Maybe that was like a power play or something. Maybe he's trying to be like, whoa, she's looking real zombie.
Scratch my back.
Looking real zombie up in
Oh,
here.
bro, you're about to get fucked up. I can guarantee it. I can almost guarantee it.
About to get fucked up.
No, it's not gonna go well. Fan me. Scratch my back. Fucking... This guy deserves whatever
Smile.
he's about to get.
Say something to me.
I don't understand why you would go through all of this to have someone fan you.
Imagine.
Just buy a
Beautiful woman
fan.
who can't talk. Every man's
I mean, this
dream.
guy has he didn't have too hard of a time doing this though. It kind of just cost him a chicken and a night out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, this is true.
You were beautiful when you were alive, weren't you? Even now, in a strange way.
In a strange necrophilic way, I guess. There's just something about you.
Tell me, my beautiful.
Even if you like voodoo if you voodoo yourself up a zombie, the like corpse is still gonna decompose.
Still rotting,
right?
yeah. It's still a rotting body, without a doubt.
This dude's house, like,
Probably reeks, dude.
probably reeks.
For sure.
You don't feel dead.
Good thing it's like well ventilated.
You. Is this the mockery you make of our lifetime of work? Did he find the daughter of the
Look who's up and moving around.
Yeah, look at him.
Boss hog.
Yeah. Boss hog.
With his high-waisted pants.
Yeah, man. He's putting some muscle into it.
You shouldn't have
Oh,
done that.
God.
Carl.
Gusto.
Not enough that you turned the workers loose on the streets.
I think it's
of
that
the
hat
town,
is giving him a lot of
taking the
power. I
lives
think
of
he
innocent
really
people.
loves that hat.
Police needed to be taught a lesson.
I think if Cylon were here, Cylon would point out how much
The
that
police
hat
has
must be
gathered a larger force
invigorating
than ever
him.
before, and armed them with pistols. Now they're going to scour the island at this time of all times when I hold you responsible for this clean soul.
Yeah, he's much more lively in this
I'm going to
film
make
than he
sure
was
that I
in
don't trust
Cauldron of Blood,
Galère.
where he's basically Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's. I guess he's supposed to play an old sick man in that, but he plays it too well.
Well, he's not playing. He thought it was a documentary.
That's what I'm saying here. To see him so lively, I was kind of
No.
a little surprised.
That's how I want my girl to look at me right there.
Please don't.
With them Tongalele eyes, looking like a cat. Ah! Ah!
Oh my God.
Whoa.
She gonna turn into a skeleton?
Now his house is really gonna stink.
Oh, no question.
So Dambala's little world is falling apart. Herr Klingscher, I'm sure we can do business.
I told you, don't fuck the zombie. Now look what
As
you made
say,
me
We
do.
both want something. What I
This is the
want
third
what
time
you
we've
know.
been over this.
What you want is clearly visible on your face. Therefore, let us proceed with our bargain. If your information leads to the success of my mission here, I can assure you that my influence in the colonial government will be sufficient to arrange some...
It is tonight.
Are these like straight
Tonight?
on shots? Like,
What is tonight?
The invocation of Baron Samedi. There
it's
will be a
almost like
human
it's POV,
sacrifice.
like
If you do
straight on
exactly as I tell
subjective
you,
shots.
you will be able to
I feel
capture
like
the voodoo leaders.
they both couldn't be there that day.
Because they're both
On the
just
same
looking
day.
right
Isn't
into
that
the
enough
camera.
for you, Captain?
Like, maybe not so
Very
much
well.
Capitan, but the other guy for sure.
What is your plan?
Do you think they got this scene like just pickups?
Yeah, one of them is in the LA studio.
I find all
and
this very
Yeah.
interesting.
One of them's with Jack Hill,
I
and the
never
other one's
realized
with
Uncle
Juan
Carl was such a
Ibanez,
scientist.
who is
Yeah,
the
fascinating.
For instance?
Mexico director.
Here he tells about the snake bite
Juan
and the drug that's used for
Ibanez.
its antidote.
Charming.
He believes that the combination of the two slows down the metabolism.
Metabolism. Yes. Beautiful.
Yes,
and the heartbeat.
beautiful.
So much that the person appears to be dead. But he isn't. Well, the sun seems to be about gone. It's getting rather dark.
He isn't dead. Go on, I'm listening.
Well, Uncle Carl thinks that this technique can be used for surgery on the heart or brain.
On the heart. The heart's very important.
What? Really? Wow. What an astute
but there's a problem here.
observation.
Oh, no.
The heart is very important.
Very important.
As you
The
know.
drug keeps the body alive, but the brain is destroyed by the action of the venom. So the victim becomes a sort of walking
They're
vegetable.
using snake venom to make the zombies.
That's so dumb.
Excuse me. Well, anyway, he...
You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen.
Something tells me this guy is
Go on. Then what?
like a bad
Well,
guy, or he's in on it or
He
something.
wants to find a way to avoid...
Is she drinking
this
alcohol?
What effect?
effect. The effect?
Because she's like a temperance person. She should be drinking.
Oh yeah, she was the temperance lady.
Mademoiselle. The
But
fire
so was El
is
Capitan.
consuming my heart.
Lieutenant, are you
And
making
he just said,
advances
"Fuck
toward
it."
me?
I love you, Annabelle.
Andrew, please. I told you. Lips that have touched alcohol shall never touch.
Oh, shit.
Mm.
Apparently not, lady. What, Annabella? Yeah, that's her name. Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
Nice.
Yes? What do you want?
Orders, Lieutenant. From Captain Labiche.
Labiche.
Well, you can tell Captain Labiche.
Sir, the police have deserted. The captain wants you to come with me to headquarters.
I see.
It sounded very
Wait a
American
minute.
all of a sudden.
Andrew,
Captain
will
wants you to
back
come
soon?
with me to headquarters.
Very soon, darling.
Yeah.
Keep me from you.
I mean, at least it wasn't like an overly racist, like, you know,
Like caricature
Mexican
voice.
caricature, like,
Yeah.
you know, Speedy Gonzalez or Slowpoke Rodriguez shit.
Rapid Dave.
What is she doing? Why? I'm very confused. What's happening right now?
Trying on a hat.
Did she drink alcohol or something? Is she under the influence of the snake shit?
Dun 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 dun.
Also, I don't know, maybe we have a snake person in chat, but like the kind of snakes that we've been seeing, aren't those like
Murder?
constrictor snakes, like not venomous?
Even you, Wilhelm, cannot condone human sacrifice
It
as
wouldn't
part
shock
of any
me.
religious
I would love
rite.
to know if any
Like,
snake
Of
people
course,
are
pythons?
I
Isn't
agree
that
that
a-
it should be prevented.
Right.
Good. Then I have your loyalty.
But are you sure that this man Klingshore can be trusted?
I trust no one, of course. And our police force has deserted us en masse.
Does that surprise
Sweet
you?
Feet, our
It's neither
resident
here nor there.
reptilian expert, said you
Now
were
we
right.
are on, Lieutenant.
Are you suggesting that we carry out this
Yeah, I would
So-
not
raid
know.
by ourselves?
I think that's true.
Precisely.
Got the fact checker.
But we have an
been
ally that's
confirmed.
worth 50 men.
Can confirm.
High explosives. Bullets may not kill these zombies or whatever they are.
Zombies.
But I'm sure blowing them to
Zombies.
bits will be most effective.
It's another Bob's Burgers thing. A horse, a little girl, and a zombie.
A Zimby.
Yeah, it's some like French caricature artist that they encounter on the boardwalk. And he does a caricature of Tina on a horse with a zombie.
Uh-oh, he's got the drip on.
That drip. Again, dude, the hat, man.
And the pimp cane.
Yeah.
He's ready. Nothing can stop him now.
Nothing short of needing to run.
Oh my god, the
Yeah,
sunglasses.
Uh-oh.
It just turns
Bernie
into Cauldron
mode
of Blood.
activated.
Oh yeah, we're getting
Bernie mode activated.
getting too close to Bernie's.
I'll go ahead and tell you, Boris Karloff definitely had a stunt double for this movie. A stand-in. They said his name was Jerry Petty. And so it's interesting to kind of point it, to try to look for when is it Karloff and when is it the stunt double. That's the new game.
Cool. I mean,
Karloff,
all of that was
stunt double.
probably stunt
That
double.
looked like a lot of stunt double work for sure.
It looked like it was very like conspicuously, or like purposefully
Trying not to show his face.
Right? Yeah, had the hat.
He had the drip on.
Yeah.
drip on 1,000 at least.
At least.
Use the drip to cover up the fact that I'm not actually
traitor.
Karloff. This is my stunt double, Boris Karloff.
Yeah, that's definitely what
I didn't say anything.
the stunt double
I was
said.
just-
You can
I was-
call me
I was just putting some
Boris
things away.
Karloff. Ah. I mean, again, cannibal women. That's pretty wild.
Wheeler.
We haven't seen that before on the stream.
They might have shot some of this stuff post Night of the Living Dead and been like, okay, we gotta get some cannibal action up in here. That's what zombies really are about.
It's the new hotness. Like, what if zombies ate you?
What would you think if zombies wanted to eat flesh? Oh, I think that's a great idea. I mean, it's. Ah. What he needed those glasses to see? I thought those were sunglasses.
Yeah, there's just he's like, I can't see without my
Man, those are
glasses.
prescription.
Told me.
Jinkies.
I mean, it's not really a fair fight. I mean,
Well, I'm mostly just in the one guy has a knife, but like.
What? Speak your name. My glasses. My
glasses.
he is going full Velma mode.
I can't see without my glasses.
Even if Velma got shanked in the neck, she would still be saying, "My glasses, my glasses."
Well, she can't get shanked in the neck because she has a turtleneck protecting her.
Ah, good point. She's got a.
That's why she wears that.
Yeah.
It's canon.
What did he get stabbed in the ear? Oh, there you go. It worked out.
Yeah, there's your glasses back.
What a dick move, actually. Here, now you can have them. Now that you're dead.
Tactical
It's
turtleneck.
definitely a tactical
Kevlar turtleneck.
Without
The
a doubt.
Kevlar, the tactile neck.
Ceramic plates in the neck.
If Velma really is that smart, then you know that turtleneck is bulletproof without a doubt. Literally. We can't start without Tong Lele, ladies and gentlemen. Is everybody in the village here? Okay, great. We can get started. Trying to run a voodoo meeting. Must be hell. The organization must be hell.
Who's taking the minutes at the voodoo meeting?
Not Tong Lele, that's for sure. She's too busy with, snake action.
Yeah, she's literally got her hands full of snake.
Of snake. That's not a euphemism. That's literally snakes. Yeah, the snakes are ever like, okay, wait, what? So we're dancing? All right, that's a little weird, but
Okay, there's some guy playing a flute. I guess I
not
better
really anything I
pick up
can
out of this
do.
basket.
I guess you're taking the lead. You're leading, and I'm following. All right. so dumb.
That's so stupid.
It's so
Gambala.
I'm just behind this bush. You can't see my face.
Hang on, I gotta get out from behind the cobweb. You gotta see the dust every.
It's me, I'm Dumbala. He could have at least tried to move like Karloff, you know? Like, I understand he's trying to, like, put some, like, pageantry into it, but might as well walk bow-legged and, you know, like a feeble old man.
He looks completely like not the same person.
Not to spoil the reveal if you haven't figured it out yet.
Wait, so is he doubling for him now because Karloff couldn't go to Mexico?
I would
Yes,
say
right?
yes. I would say this is probably all shot in Mexico.
Wait.
That other guy got caught pretty quick, so I don't know. These guys are just not doing anything different.
They need to put their bubble wrap suits on and say Zoltan.
Right, exactly. Dude, where's my car?
Yeah. They just start copying everything with their like 3 seconds of.
Come on, what are y'all waiting for? Bust them. Bust 'em.
Bust 'em, Busta.
I have a better solution.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, you're right, Sweet Feet. Not nearly enough.
They're gonna let her die and then be like, hold it right there.
Wait. No, this is all wrong. We gotta start back over.
Doom, 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 doom.
Yeah, man. I mean, they're
Scare me, dog. I'm sorry
you're
to scare
signing
your
up
dog.
for this movie. You gotta be pretty comfortable with freaking snakes, bro. At least if you're Tongalele.
Salaud!
Huh? Gotcha, bitches.
Van Mulder, you are a charlatan, a fraud.
I shall I know.
Nothing will stop the sacrifice, Captain. Stop!
Ah, now that is Karloff.
You think that this miserable pig could be master of the legions of the dead? How foolish. His feeble mind is an open book to such a one as Calais. You came to witness a sacrifice, so you shall. And you shall witness the dawn of a new age upon the earth, the age of the Baron Samedi. Baron Samedi, your army awaits. Manifest yourself before us now. We are ready for your
Sick
dominion,
costume on
Honor.
Karloff, though. I wish they would have gotten him moving around in that look more.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat look.
Baron Samedi.
Ah!
Samedi.
Oh, shit.
Continue the sacrifice. I'm dying, Galea.
Is that supposed to be Karloff's voice?
Blood of my niece, Annabella.
Continue. Sounds just like him.
So
that
they can start a new empire on Earth. I'm dying. I'm dying.
I'm dying. What? Wait. Oh.
Okay.
Oh. But still. Wow. So it was definitely after Karloff died, and they're like, alright. Which the whole reason these movies got held up was because the producer ended up dying unexpectedly. And it took a while to sort the rights issues out. And that's why these movies came out 2 years after Karloff died. Oh shit! Whoa!
Oh wow!
Holy hell!
Wow. I was not expecting that.
No, I wasn't either. I was not expecting an explosive finale.
And then it all blows up.
There was a snake.
There was a snake. And Boris Karloff was there, and then everything exploded.
Just like the Hindenburg.
Just like the Hindenburg.
This is just like the Hindenburg all over again.
Oh.
There was a snake.
Oh my goodness gracious. What? You're gonna credit him twice? He wasn't even doing half of the stuff.
Fuck you, Garrett.
At least credit the double. Wow. All
Midget.
right.
The guy's name was Midget.
Is that what it said?
It said
that's all the
midget
credits?
I didn't see
Five
it.
people. Yeah.
Yeesh, yikes. I did not see that it said midget. Okay, that's well, little people, it goes without saying. What are you going to do? 1970.
Captain LaBitch.
LaBiche.
Kalia.
So, I mean,
Real Captain LaBiche move.
you know, this movie had a fair amount of stuff to get into or get excited about and get, you know, certainly more than Revolt of the Zombies.
Something I don't understand is why they were trying to disguise themselves in an outfit nobody else was wearing in the cave.
Well,
like, we're going to fit in by wearing this thing that nobody's wearing.
And especially when it didn't work for the first guy that did the exact same thing. And, like, they just came in and didn't do anything different. Somehow got a little bit further, but then the fucking LaBiche, like, he got bit by a snake, fell in the fire, and exploded. Like, that was basically...
Yeah, I hate it when that happens.
Don't you, you know, when, you know, just a little flame and then spontaneous combustion, bam, you're gone.
Yeah, the Hindenburg effect.
He loved to have a little gunpowder snack in the afternoon.
Well, Fresh,
yeah, it really did.
Fresh is right. It is some kind of Hindenburg effect because somehow with LaBiche exploding, the entire fucking thing blew up. The entire thing they were at.
He was full of hot air.
Must have been what that must.
He had a lot of hydrogen floating around in his body.
Right. Makes perfect sense. I mean, but, you know, there was some cannibal girls, some zombies, some, you know, a little bit of blood. Not a lot of blood, but a little bit of blood. And I like, again, Karloff.
Some, like, orange blood, I think.
Yeah, well, I always like, you know, that blood that's a little too, you know, a little too colorful, a little too unrealistic.
Not quite red.
Not quite red, not quite, you know, orange, but certainly a brighter red than you would expect. I always like blood like that.
Tell us more about your favorite kind of blood.
Oh, my favorite kind of fake blood. No, I do. I'm a big.
Fake blood.
Yeah, fake blood.
I gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, all in all, I think
Top 10 shades of blood.
Right. Well, Crimson is probably my lowest. I'd probably go to the 10 with Crimson. I actually prefer a fire truck red. I'd put it number 5. I could go on. No, so that, again, Isle of the Snake people. I will say I was surprised with how when Karloff actually was on screen, how lively he did get at some points. Like when he was beating up the guy with his cane, that was him, and he was getting into it. There were some other times where he was moving around and looked pretty spry, and so it was.
Yeah, this might be the most active of his late stage.
Yeah, definitely
late stage Karloff.
Definitely more so than Cauldron of Blood. Maybe even more so than Targets, even. Because he really doesn't do that much moving around in Targets, except for the very end when he confronts the mass shooter. Which, if that sounds like a wild statement, then just go see Targets. I haven't spoiled it for you, I promise. But, it really. Again, Karloff got to do a lot of, he got to do a lot of fun things in his later career, even though his health wasn't the best. And again, it's kind of the inverse of Lugosi, who we follow. If you've been watching our stream, every Wednesday night we've been watching a movie serial with Bela Lugosi in it. And we've talked about Lugosi's career, and his late stage career was not, he was dealing with a lot of health problems too, and it didn't, he didn't get the same great roles or even just worthy roles.
Yeah, his like late life renaissance wasn't quite as graceful as Karloff's.
No, it's really not. And that's the thing is that he was the same way. He really just wanted to work. That's why the people that, they want to kind of get upset at the Ed Wood movies. I mean, for better or for worse, like that was really what Lugosi wanted to do. Lugosi wanted to work. And the whole reason I say this, the whole reason I bring up Lugosi is because next week's episode, the season 2 finale, episode 10 of season 2, our 20th episode overall, is a Bela Lugosi movie, not late stage Bela Lugosi. So we're not, even though we've been talking about that, we're not going late stage. We're going beginning of his mid-career renaissance, and we're
beginning of his mid-stage.
Beginning of what?
The beginning of his mid-career renaissance. It's a 1940 movie called The Devil Bat, which is a lot of fun.
Ooh.
Lugosi is a crazy perfume maker, and it doesn't, or I guess I should say more broadly, crazy cosmetics maker. Like he makes cosmetics by day and designs devil bats by night. So
by night he's a devil bat.
Yeah, well, if only, again, it's the whole weird thing about Lugosi's relationship with vampires, and a movie like this called The Devil Bat. You're like, oh, is it nope, Lugosi's not a vampire. This is a mad scientist movie. And it's a lot of fun. Lugosi, it's one of his first Poverty Row movies. Well, it's not one of his first. It's just before the 9 that he did for Monogram that we've watched a couple of. So join us next week, Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern here on Twitch for the season finale. It's going to be a lot of fun. Again, big celebration of Lugosi as always. Next Wednesday, we will be watching the final chapter of Phantom Creeps. Also, so next week is just an all Lugosi week, basically. So on Wednesday, 9 p.m., celebrating the finale of the Phantom Creeps.
We'll finally get to see what happens.
Is he going to take over the world? Is Monk
Who's going to get the meteorite?
Who's going to get the meteorite?
Who's going to get the touchdown?
Touchdown. That's essentially what
football.
It is. It's been so much football. We want to see who's going to get the touchdown. So join us on Wednesday when we find out who's going to win. Friday for the finale. You can check out past episodes on our YouTube page, which you can find here, linked below on Twitch. Check us out on Instagram at Scream Stream Show, Twitter at Scream Stream Show. Fresh Rogan, you can check out all his socials. I think it's all at Fresh Rogan. He's got a website, freshrogan.com. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, all that good stuff. Evan's off the grid, so don't even look for him.
Except here. I'm here.
He's here. You'll find him here every week. And you'll find us here next week. So do you guys have anything else you want to plug or anything before we sign off?
I believe that is it.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Join us next week. But until that time, sweet screams, everybody.
Which, please.
Hell yeah.